This is Xbonfire 10.1 inch touchscreen, and the best part, you can mount the Pi right on the back. No messy cables, no wired stands, just one clean compact unit. It features a sharp 10.1 inch IPS screen with 1920 by 1200 IPS panel, a 16 by 10 aspect ratio, and 10-point multi-touch support. It has mounting points on the back, so you can attach your Pi directly to the monitor for a compact tablet-like look. We get a 10.1 inch monitor itself. The screen has a glossy finish. On the back, there is a built-in adjustable kickstand. More importantly, we have a standard 75 by 75 mm VESA mount. We get a 12-volt DC power adapter, a full-size HDMI to HDMI cable, and a USB-A to USB-C cable for 10-point touch. On top of that, there are extra USB-C to USB-C cable, and they even include a shorter specialized set of cables. The build quality is solid for the price. The housing is plastic. Nothing creaks or flexes when you hold it. It offers two different setup options. You keep the Raspberry Pi separate, power the monitor, and run the HDMI cable from the Pi micro HDMI port to the monitor. If you want touch functionality, you can connect the Pi USB cable to the monitor touch port. If you decide to swap out the Pi for another device later, such as a laptop, mini PC, or phone, you still use standard HDMI to USB-C connector. The second option, on the back panel of the case, there is a dedicated compartment for different Raspberry Pi models, including P4 and P5. To install the Pi, open the case back and place it in designated space. Then connect the Pi using internal HDMI and USB connectors provided. This eliminates the need for external cables running from the Pi to the display. All cables are routed internally. When using the all-in-one solution, you might encounter some minor power-related issues. If that happens, the manufacturer has a few recommended fixes available. I'll provide those recommendations in the comment section. The screen uses a 16 by 10 aspect ratio. This is especially useful when writing code, browsing websites, or working with system menus. You simply see more content. The screen has a brightness level around 300 nits, which is more than enough for indoor work. The contrast ratio is about 1000 to 1, giving a clear separation between dark and bright areas. The refresh rate is 60 Hz. It's IPS panel with wide 178-degree viewing angles. Even from the side, the colors stay consistent. The image is sharp, the text is easy to read. It also supports eye care features like reduced blue light. The screen supports 10-point multi-touch. Tapping on icons is quick and accurate. Swiping through menus and scrolling websites also work without any problems. The screen recognizes the gesture instantly. I can zoom and pan the image with no visible delay. It feels very similar to using a modern tablet. Touch support works immediately with Raspberry Pi OS without any drivers. The system detects everything the moment it starts. Overall, the touch performance is excellent. It is responsive, accurate, and comfortable to use. On the back, there is a built-in cooling fan. It helps keep the system stable during long work sessions, especially on Raspberry Pi 5 inside. You may notice it slightly. There is also a built-in speaker. It's suitable for basic system sound, notifications, and simple audio feedback. The monitor can technically work with Raspberry Pi, but for most stable and reliable performance, it is best to use included power adapter with Raspberry Pi. This keeps brightness stable and avoid any possible power limitation. The monitor also supports VESA mounting. This means you can install it on a monitor arm or on the wall. On the back of the display, there is 4 physical buttons. Use plus and minus buttons to navigate, and menu again to confirm. The first section is picture. This is where you adjust brightness, contrast, and sharpness. The color section lets you change the color, temperature, and gamma. Default settings looked accurate for me, so I didn't make many changes here. In the display section, you can adjust image position and, if needed, rotate the screen for portrait mode. There are a few details to keep in mind when you're planning a build. When the Raspberry Pi is mounted on the back, access to some connectors becomes more limited. The cooling fan helps maintain stable performance and may be slightly noticeable in a very quiet room. The built-in speakers is designed mainly for system sound. For the most stable performance, it is recommended to power the Pi 5 with the included power adapter. One more thing, the display has no rubber fit on the bottom, so it can slide around on the desk. The easy fix is just sticking a few small silicone pads on the bottom yourself. The link to the display and Raspberry Pi is in description below. If this video was helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more reviews. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Big thanks Rustech for sending over the Raspberry Pi 5 kit for this project.